Hi everyone, it's Joni again. I have some confessions to make today because I'm keeping this real, right? So I guess today I went off the rails of my lifestyle change. And so let me tell you what happened today, which wasn't the end of the world, but it just put me in the wrong frame of mind. So here goes. I've been having a lot of trouble with my knee. I'm sure I mentioned it. I saw the orthopedic doctor today, and naturally he had to check what hurt and what didn't. But he suddenly put my knee in a position. I was sitting up and he twisted my knee outwards, which I can't do outwards. Actually, like, he twisted my knee like it went in and my foot and ankle went out. This is my left knee. And it literally immediately made me scream, lay down on the bed and couldn't get up, and started crying and jacked up my makeup. And like, it hurt for a while after that. And I told him right to begin with, I was like, you seem like a nice fella, but I have a feeling you are going to make me hurt, and then maybe we're not going to be such good friends. And he said, well, I do crack bones and stuff for a living. So he knew. We were kind of being jovial about that. But, oh my God, the pain. I literally felt like he just broke something immediately. I mean, it was horrible. So, surprise, a previous x-ray showed I have early onset osteoarthritis. Yeah, because I had early onset menopause in my 30s. So now why not get the early onset menopause? I mean, what do you call this stuff? Osteoarthritis in my 40s. So he gave me he told me my leg was really weak. My left leg was. Like, I couldn't push his arm out very far because it friggin' hurts. But I could with my right leg, of course. So he has some exercises that he wants me to do, but he told me to kind of lounge around the next few days. Little does he know, I lounge around a lot. I actually stayed up and did more stuff today than I should have, I'm sure. So he gave me a cortisone shot in my knee and had some lidocaine in it, which numbed it up some. Unfortunately, once it was kind of numb and I started walking out, I was still limping, because although I didn't feel it as much on my left side, I finally recognized the pain I was having over on my right side. So yeah, it's just been friggin' phenomenal. So he said the cortisone shot would be either helpful or it would help be diagnostic, in that if it doesn't get better, then we know that I probably have a meniscus tear and he'll have to do an MRI and I guess repair the meniscus. Doesn't that sound like fun? So he said I have to do these exercises that are pretty calm exercises, but I have to do them so many times a day in bed to strengthen my leg and my knee, because he said if it's not strong, there would be no point in doing surgery if the meniscus is in fact torn. So I definitely have to get it in good shape, and you know, it might be that it's not as strong and that's why it got hurt. I don't friggin' know. I know it hurts. I know I've really wanted to take NSAIDs badly. Like, I seriously have thought about it and discussed it with other people. Like, what if I just took some ibuprofen, some something, and, it's hurting so bad, I think I might. And then, they are the voice of reason for me, my support system, and they go, okay, do you really want to screw up stuff inside your body after all you've been through for something that's hurting, that's outside and more reachable? And the answer is no, I don't. But I still jacked up today. So I went to have my car inspected while I was waiting for my husband. We're a little short on vehicles right now. I was waiting for my husband for a few hours to get off work. That way I didn't have to go back up the mountain and then back down, or that he didn't have to swap vehicles with my son and pick him up later. Just the logistics made sense. So, and I'm a really good waiter. Like, as long as I have something to do, usually my phone, even if I don't have internet, because I can read a book that's on my phone, but I am a very patient waiter. I can sit for hours and hours and wait for somebody, as long as I'm not too hot or too cold. That being said, I was fine with the temperature because I kept my car running like a horrible environmentalist person. Don't jump me, because I don't care. Today has been that kind of day. So I took the car to get inspected. We just got some new tires for it, and that was all it should have needed. And then first they tell me that there's like a couple brake lights across the back top. There's 5 of them, and like 2 of them are out, and they're like, I don't even know if that has to be, fixed completely. I don't know what the law is. Well, you're the inspection people. You should know the law. But I went ahead and had them fix it. It cost me $12. Okay, no big. Inspection, of course, cost $16. But I failed the inspection. Now, they told me that there was some problem with my lower ball joint on the left side, driver's side. Well, if you're in this country, it's the driver's side. And then they quoted me a price to fix it. It's over $300. And I was like, oh crap. And I was about to tell him to order the part, but I called my husband, because I know that this particular place, honestly, we usually never go there, and there's a certain history there that's known in my family to be not exactly on the up and up. But I thought, a little inspection. I didn't know they were going to take off my tires, because the dude started jacking up my car, and I was like, this is interesting. So he got around to my side, and I was like, and he's taking off tires and checking and doing stuff and shaking it. And I was like, what exactly are you doing? And he's like, they tell us we have to do this now, have to jack them up, take off tire, look at the brakes, look at the blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So he was on the 3rd one. I was almost home free when they found this problem. I called my husband. My husband was like, nope. So my choices were get the thing and pass inspection, or get it fixed within 15 days and return to the same place, and they only charge me $1 for the reinspection, or I don't even know what. So we know somebody else that we feel more comfortable with. who literally does our tires, and like his whole, he does our tires and he deals with, alignments and suspension and stuff like that. So we're going to take it to him and have him look to see what the real deal is. Because if there's an issue, of course I want it fixed. But if there's not, then I don't want to be screwed out of money. That being said, here's what I did after. I had no food all day, except for 2 of those bars that I'm only supposed to have 1 of a day, because that's what I throw in my purse. I did have water and my drinks with me, thankfully. I literally carry my new little purse inside my older big purse, so that when I want to, I can just go with my little purse into places. So I picked up my husband's medical records. This is the thing I did first, because he finally had his MRI of his lumbar spine, and he's not doing so well. He's got issues, and it looks like his back is jacked up, and basically he needs to see a neurosurgeon, but he also still needs a neurologist and some further testing, because he's got a lot of stuff going on with his health. So if y'all want to pray for him, that would be awesome. If you want to pray for my knee, that would be awesome too. I mean, everybody can use a little prayer sometimes. Pray for all those who are going through their journey and starting their journey, if you're a praying person. If you're not, send good thoughts, whatever. So here's where I went downhill. I was really hungry. My husband works at Long John Silver's. It's it's technically not fast food, though it does have a drive-through, and they serve like fried fish and chicken, and they have hush puppies. If you don't know what a hush puppy is, it's like a cornmeal based thing. They fry it, has kind of an oniony little bit of a taste to it. They're little balls about like that. When I was a little girl, my brother told me they were made out of puppies, so I never ate them till I was old enough to realize they weren't made out of puppies. Thanks, my brother, who's also the same name as my husband, by the way. Both are named Jamie. Anyway, that's just a little bit of Joni trivia for my life for you people out there. My friends, and some family who already know that. So, if this gets shaky, it's because my cat is messing right here where I have this thing. Lord. So anyway, I will tell you, I don't eat anything from there because it's all fried. I did try. They had a baked cod that had 36 grams of protein, and I so wanted to love it. But alas, I could not stand it. It would have been an amazing source of protein for me, and it would have been the bomb. Couldn't do it. So, you can hear my husband and my son talking in the other room. And there's another cat. Oh, now they're going to fight right at this little thing. Perfect. Can y'all get down, please? Excuse me. Penelope. Penelope, there's nothing up there for you. Why are you even up here? You don't do this. Oh, jeez. Anyway, I apologize for that little moment of craziness, but I assure you that this whole thing would have got knocked down, and that would have been the icing on the cake for my day. So, honestly, not that many horrible things happened, but it just felt like it. I think the pain part really felt like it. And then my dad and my husband were both like, why did you take it to such and such's place to get inspected? You know he's blah, blah, blah. So, I felt a lot overwhelmed and annoyed, and like I was just having a crappy day. But it's just a crappy day. It's not a crappy life, you know? So, my husband brought me, I said, bring me some hush puppies. I've only eaten 1/2 of a hush puppy since this happened, since this surgery. because A, it's fried, and B, I looked at the nutritional content of it before when he brought me out like 2 of them once, and I was like, oh no, this is not happening. So I sat and ate 3 hush puppies. They were good. I was starving. But then that wasn't good enough for me. When I had gone to the bank to deposit a check, I looked across the thing earlier in the day at this place called the Frosty Bossy. It has been here since I can recall, and they have milkshakes and ice creams and stuff, and what I really wanted was a hot fudge brownie sundae, or a brownie or a Oreo cookie kind of sundae. I mean, like, who doesn't have hot fudge brownie or Oreo cookies in their sundae? Because it's a walk-up place, yes, there's no drive-through, and you can't sit in there, I don't think. You just walk up to the window and order. Like, I don't know why. Must be the way they did it in olden times, well, a long time ago, and so they're keeping with it. So I had him get me, that's what I wanted. He came back with a small hot fudge sundae, which is basically hot fudge, vanilla ice cream, and a little bit of whipped topping. So I ate almost half of it. It was a small. And then I dropped the rest off to my son, who was right down the road at work. But then I came home and I wanted to choose something healthy for dinner, but I also still really wanted the Oreo cookie taste. I mean, I wanted it. And we're a family that keeps Oreos in the house, and I'm not gonna lie, I had some sometime since I went to the beach, and every now and again, not that often, I eat a couple Oreos. One day I ate several Oreos, maybe like 6, 7. So, but that's the exception, not the rule. So today, I tell my husband I want to try one of these meals, turkey and gravy that we got. Very salty, by the way. These pre-cooked foods are very salty. You give up convenience for sodium. No. In return for convenience, you get sodium. Yeah, that's right. So, of course I said, bring me a few Oreos, please. My husband brings me exactly 2 Oreos. I said, this is not a few. He said, 2 is a few. I said, no, a couple is 2. A few is 3 or 4. So he said he was bringing me back another one. I said, bring me back 2. He said, you know you don't want to do that? I did want to do that. Strangely enough, I prefer the taste of the actual brown part of the cookie now over the white part. I could leave that. I should leave all of it. But you know, I decided today, I should have decided immediately not to let that day get like that, because we all know how those days go on our diets from years ago, and you end up sabotaging yourself and, you know, whatever. But I think today was just my screw it day. I'll be very honest with you. My body doesn't dump like it should, although I will say this, thanks to the ice cream and a little thing called lactose intolerance, I had enough of it that I finally went to the bathroom. Started things moving. So I guess that was one thing going in the right direction. My knee still hurts. And the doctor basically was like, oh, it sucks for you that you can't take NSAIDs. Take Tylenol twice a day. 2 500 milligram ones. What kind of friggin' moron doctor gives you the advice to take Tylenol twice a day when that crap wears off every 4 to 6 hours. Now, you should not have more than 4 doses that high in a day, really 3 to 4, because it can damage your liver. So the very, very maximum to do is to take it 4 times a day if you're taking 2 extra strength Tylenol. I take the extra strength extended release. If you've had the gastric bypass surgery, you may notice certain medicines don't last as long for you. I don't know if it's lasting or not, because it always still hurts. It doesn't get better. It helps me if I have a regular headache, but I don't think it's done crap for my leg. But anyway, so I go back and see him in a month, and I hobble around till then. My thoughts going in there were terrible. I felt like I needed a handicap tag again for the duration of whatever this is. My brain flashed back to having been in a wheelchair, and it just really, really got to me. And so maybe that's where all stress came from, because I don't want a life like that. I mean, I want my life, and if it had to be spent in a wheelchair for some reason, I understand. But I was lucky and made it through having caught equine syndrome without ending up paralyzed. And I don't like to be physically impaired where I can't do what I need to do for myself. Have somebody come in the room. Here comes my husband. So I guess maybe that was a legit source of most all of my issues today. So there is my confession. I screwed up today. I felt crappy today and I screwed up today. But tomorrow is a new day, and I've been committed to this lifestyle change for over a year. And I'm not going to let one bad day make it a bad life. So I can't continue on doing this. So, wherever you are on your journey, I hope you're doing well. Thanks. Bye.